Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name is Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. The political fallout from the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump is a major unknown. Our Joe Jordan spoke about the shooting and the ramifications at the ballot box with a leading member of the Nebraska Republican Party who's in Milwaukee preparing to finalize Trump's nomination.
When you heard about the attempted assassination, what were your thoughts?
Well, obviously it was a terrible event, and then the fact that other people were injured and or killed was just shocking. I didn't know enough to really draw an opinion until probably this morning, although events just continue to unfold all night. It was a long time since something like that's been in my life, and there's a whole lot of people that have never, ever experienced an attempted assassination of a president in their lifetime.
J.L. Spray is a leading voice in the Nebraska Republican Party. The national committeeman is a GOP delegate on the ground in Milwaukee this week at the Republican National Convention, eager to finalize the nomination of Donald Trump for president.
J.D. Vance, one of former President Trump's apparent possible picks for vice president, shortly after the event, tweeted, "Today is not just some isolated incident." Went on to say the central premise of the Biden campaign is that President Donald Trump is an authoritative fascist who must be stopped at all costs. That rhetoric led directly to President Trump's attempted assassination. Are you okay with that type of language?
I don't disagree with it. I just don't know that that's the best tack to take for somebody aspiring to be vice president. I think generally cooler heads need to prevail now all around, and that includes both camps.
Some Republicans have said the attempted assassination secures Donald Trump victory in November. Do you agree?
Well, intellectually, I don't want to, because it's just a terrible thing that shouldn't affect anybody's interest except the idea that we need to settle down and choose a president. Now, to the extent everybody settles down, yeah, he has a better chance of winning because he's better on all the issues.
Is there a martyrdom factor here now?
Well, I hate to elevate anybody to the position of martyr. It's just an unfortunate thing, and I have to tell you, a lump came in my throat when I saw him get up and let us know he's okay.
In Omaha, Joe Jordan, News Channel, Nebraska.
Authorities say one person is dead after drowning in a private lake. It happened Sunday evening at a lake just south of Tahazuka Park in Norfolk. Police tell us 3 different witnesses said an unidentified 29-year-old man was swimming in the lake when he went underwater but never resurfaced. Rescue boats and drones were used in the search for the swimmer, with authorities telling us the body of the drowning victim was recovered around 7:15 p.m. Authorities tell us the investigation is ongoing. Bird flu has been confirmed in 5 people working at a poultry farm in northeast Colorado. Colorado Public Radio is reporting the workers were based in Weld County, northeast of Denver. Health officials say they believe the workers caught the virus through direct contact with infected birds. They had mild symptoms like pink eye and respiratory problems, but none of them were hospitalized. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said the risk to the general public is still low. Health officials say poultry products still safe to eat as long as they've been properly handled and cooked. Well, the toughest question for the University of Nebraska's new president might be, where does he start? As Dr. Jeffrey Gold begins his 3rd week at the helm of the university system, NU already has a number of large projects in the works, like a major capital campaign, a new ag research center in Lincoln, and the Christensen Rural Health Complex in Kearney. Now, Gold says from here, the challenge is how to continue Nebraska's growth as cost effectively as possible.
How do we use our resources in a way that can really continue this journey that we're on of truly an extraordinary experience for our students and the next generation to support economic development here in the state?
Dr. Gold sat down with News Channel Nebraska for an exclusive one-on-one interview to talk about where he sees the university system now and where he'd like it to go. You can catch part 1 of that interview starting Monday at the times on your screen right here on News Channel Nebraska. Well, residents in a central Nebraska town can't beat the heat right now thanks to vandals. Kearney Parks and Rec announced on social media over the weekend the Harmon swimming pool is closed indefinitely. City officials tell us vandals damaged several pieces of equipment at the pool at some point on Saturday. The city says they hope to be back open in 7 to 10 days. In the meantime, anyone who has any info on the vandalism is urged to call Kearney Police or Buffalo County Crime Stoppers. Well, summer's in full swing, and health experts cautioning bike riders, make sure you're wearing your helmet. Dr. Mahmoud Connor with Faith Regional Health Services says injuries increase during the warmer months, especially brain and spinal injuries on bikes. Connor stresses the importance of wearing a helmet while biking, especially for older people, where a fall onto concrete or cement could pose a serious health risk.
You can never predict when or how you're going to fall. It can be a minor fall or it can be a major fall. We are the ones seeing the patients who are affected by these falls, and it's just sad because these things can be prevented by just wearing a simple helmet.
The Nebraska Safety Council said in 2022 there were over 1,300 preventable bicycle-related deaths nationwide. When wearing a helmet, the State Safety Council says finding one that fits your head would best prevent injuries when sustaining a fall. A southeast Nebraska historical landmark passed a milestone this weekend. The Philly Stone Barn in eastern Gage County along Scott Road is 150 years old. Built in 1874, the structure, built by the Elijah Philly family, was a way to give income to farmers who helped build it. It took 88 days to build the barn. In 1977, it was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The following year, the barn and 3 acres surrounding, owned by Edwin Peterson, was willed to the Gage County Historical Society, along with $10,000 to help in restoration. That restoration was finished in 1981. Now, tours were given of the barn by group reservations. Over the weekend, events were held at the site with guest speakers, displays, demonstrations, and a Saturday evening movie along the east side of the barn. An old-fashioned Sunday morning church service was among the events, hosted by the Philly American Lutheran Church. Well, the Madison County Fair wrapped up over the weekend, featured all sorts of types of entertainment, including a truly spectacular and somewhat familiar illusionist. Andrew Pfeiffer gave us a closer look.
If you attended the Madison County Fair this weekend, you may have noticed the old Zultar machine. If you went up to press the button, you'd be in for quite the surprise.
Hello there, I'm Zultar, the mighty and powerful. It's beyond insane. This is something I came up with many years ago, inspired by the movie Big.
From a distance, Zultar may seem like an animatronic figure, but what people aren't ready for is a real person with quick wit and over-the-top humor.
Hello there, I'm Zultar, the mighty and powerful. I wanted to create something that would shock people. And I said, why don't I build a costume for Zultar?
Nash eventually decided to make the costume. He quickly found success after being asked to perform for corporate parties.
I had taken everything I've known, everything I've worked on over the last, I'm not going to tell you how many decades, and brought it all together, and this is what we have. This for a toy? You think I just have toys floating around?
Reporting in Madison, Andrew Pfeiffer, News Channel Nebraska.
And county fair season means shining the spotlight on some of the hardest workers each summer. Kyle Mathis has more.
The county fair season is just underway, with one of the biggest attractions being the livestock shows.
Oh, we kind of like going to the cattle show. We like to watch that. Just that the kids are so involved in it, and they all do such a good job, and it's just good to see that.
Kids, beginning from very young ages, taking care of cattle and showing a lot of responsibility.
I enjoy seeing all the different animals and all the exhibits, just to see what the kids have done, what they've worked for and everything, and the pride that they show in seeing those.
And the kids work hard to prepare their animals for the county fairs. Take Kellen Schlickman. who has been showing animals since he was 6 years old. He emphasizes that it's not just a one-day thing, but months of preparation beforehand.
It's more than what you get to see at fairs. There's months ahead of time where you get to practice and wash down animals so their hair looks right.
And life can feel pretty busy for Schlichtman when preparing to show cattle, but he appreciates the help he gets from his family leading up to the big weekend.
A lot of help from family members and older and parents that have done this before. It's not all people that are starting out first have parents who've done that. I'm thankful for mine.
In addition to the Jefferson County Fair, Schlichtman will show livestock at the Gage County Fair as well. In Jefferson County, Kyle Mathis, News Channel, Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com, click on the News tab. There you can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.